Yo, chat, what's up? I actually need a moment. I don't have coffee. I need coffee. Give me like 20 seconds. Be right back. Yo. Coffee almost done. So what are we doing? We are releasing finally new version. It's been a while since I last did that, so let me check. Yo, first I can show you guys my screen actually. I hope there are no secrets on there. Oh, that's large. Should I use my keybind? I can. Let's try. This one. Wow, it even worked. Unexpected. So, yo, chat, take notes. We need to rebase the release branch one last time. Like, we need to also prepare the translations, and then we need to actually make the release. These are the things we need to do. Coffee, right? Be right back. Okay, so what was the first one? We rebased the release branch one last time. Wait, give me a moment. I'm so confused today. I'm actually ultra confused. This will be fun. This will be extremely fun. Okay. Rebasing. We rebase. Git fetch origin main. Go. Git rebase origin main. Go again. There should be one additional commit now in there, which is this one. Right. So that looks good. We delete the old tag because I locally tag the thing always to regenerate the changelog. That's how our script works. So git tag delete v0150 was deleted, git tag again. Okay, and now we use the changelog generation script, which should be my history actually. Yep. Last revision is 14, next one is 15, 25, 47 is the release pull request. Go. Usually I'd drink tea, but I don't know, I feel so tired. So it's coffee today. Only weak coffee though. Okay. So what is chat up to? Any lurkers? We hope that the thing... Okay, we processed the pull request successfully. Now it will fetch some more information about the authors and reviewers, which will take a moment longer, and then at some point, it has written the changelog. Nice. Okay, we update this. It's February 26 here, that's fine. 70 pull requests, that's also fine. This is the new one, and this is fine actually. This has been fixed. I saw that at some point. I should have fixed this. Well, we don't regenerate the changelog for that. Let me pull this over. And also make this larger. Wait, that was my Twitch thing. This one I want to make larger. Wait, actually it's pretty large. So what our changelog script does is it parses the... What did I just do? Just wanted to edit this. It parses our PR templates, and whenever there's something in between this changelog start and changelog end fields, then it takes that and puts it in the document, the changelog, the generated one. In this case, it doesn't really matter, so it shouldn't be there. There is actually also another typo I just noticed. So this, we just deleted this. It should be fine if we delete this here. But what's not fine is that there should be a colon here actually to make it work. I have too few screens here. Always gets messy. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we've done this. This is fine. This should be fine. Let's look at the rendered output. Regenerated changelog. This is not a fifth pass even, I think. Yep. And probably the final one. Don't really want to do another, except if there's like a last minute bug that we find right now, then maybe, but otherwise this will be it. Git, no, not git actually, make HTML O equals -t skip Manim. I think I have to clean it first. Clean R. Okay, do your thing. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of red. Let's keep Manim. I don't really understand where this problem comes from. I don't really know how to fix these two. Not sure. I mean, we could change the changelog script actually, because we have a short directive for the pull request actually. So maybe we should use that. Maybe we should use that. But I don't really want to do it right now, so we'll live with the thousands of warnings. Actually, thousands. No, how many are there? 711. Lovely. Let's actually tweet that I'm doing this right now. Okay. Where's my chat actually? There. I'm so confused right now. Okay, we tweet this and then we shamelessly retweet from the big account. Oh, I haven't mentioned Manim community. Well, we'll manage. Okay, we did it. And now I should actually make sure that I see my chat somewhere. Okay, there it is. And Discord is maybe also good. Okay, now I have everything in view. All right, so we have only 711 warnings after the last doc build, so I mean, that's lovely, right? 711 warnings should be perfect. But let's look at the rendered output actually. Open build HTML changelog 015 changelog. There it is. Yo, 34 people contributed, people with a plus for the first time. That looks fine. The reviewers, that looks fine. 70 pull requests have been merged for this release, which is amazing. I see one thing here. I see two things here. I see more things here. Oh. Oh, the references are broken. We need to fix that. Okay, but in general, this looks pretty okay, actually. In general, this looks quite okay, I have to say. But I make it a bit larger so you guys can see. Oh, and I lost my chat again. Let's actually reload and make sure. Ah, my chat was actually broken. I didn't see anything. Can't wait to pip this update. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm itching to distribute it actually. I think it's pretty good. There's been, I hope at least, there's been lots of changes that improve stability. Some new features, which is nice, but overall focus has been on cleaning stuff out and yeah. Some things have been improved significantly, actually. The internal structure in particular. Ah, okay. All right. So we'll do a tiny round of copy editing and then copy edit. So chat, remind me. First we do copy editing of this thing and fix the broken references, like this one here. There's like, I see an apostrophe here, which might actually be okay. We'll check. What else do we see? I see a colon here. That might actually be okay. Actually, these might all be okay. Just access here should be an actual reference. We'll have to check why it isn't. And bar chart as well. So we'll first do that, and then we will do the translations, generate the translations, commit everything, push everything, make sure it builds, and then we push the button and release. So that's the plan. And then we do maybe a small amount of post-processing. We'll see about that. Okay. Access. Right. So why did it look like this? 0, 15, 0 change log. Where was this? Like write the first entry. No, the first entry is okay. Arrow tips now have to be imported from blah blah instead of blah blah. Okay. Refactored bar chart made inherits from axis. Bar chart now inherits from axis, allowing it to use axis methods. So this second axis here is weird. Yeah, there should be a dot. That's the reason why it doesn't render. And the tilde maybe even as well. Okay, fix that. And there as well. Things is weird sometimes with how it wants its things to be formatted. But well, we managed. Axis and bar chart. Now this should also render properly. Add bar labels. Why does this not? Bar chart.add bar labels. That's weird. Does it not have any documentation maybe? Def add bar labels. Wait, what? Well, it's not called add bar labels, otherwise I would find it right now. Okay, we have to look at this. Class bar chart. It's called get bar labels, maybe. Has this been implemented recently? Yeah, a month ago. This has to be it. So we'll fix this and replace it with get bar labels. That's what it's called, right? Get bar labels, yes. to annotate the values of each bar of a class bar chart. And that one rendered correctly again. Yeah, so okay, that's fine actually. That's fine again. Saved. Anything else that we should look at? Add bar labels, remove deprecated methods. Removed deprecated methods. Removed methods and class deprecate since V10 and V11. Okay. Alright. Deprecated show creation and fade out. That's fine. Added media embed, config option. Added finer control over scene wait. Added a keyword argument frozen frame. New convenience method scene pause. Change default behavior for OpenGL updaters. Updaters functions are not. That's fine. Are not called by default when they are added. That's fine. Should objects update is more intelligent now. Yeah, that's fine. Scaling for tree. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Don't see any references in there. Change these to properties. I hope we don't introduce further bugs with that. Might be some things. Actually, fixed bugs. Then there is some. This is a function. Find intersection in space ops. This is the module. Space ops should be fine. Okay, edit it directly. That's okay. Logarithmic x-axis, users paths, windows, segfault, text values. Okay, lots of documentation related changes. What system? That's fine. Okay, some changes to our development infrastructure. That's fine. No references in there. That's okay. That's okay. This is a lengthy explanation for one thing, but I guess we keep it in. Okay, that's it. I think we have it. I think we can regenerate. Then I need to figure out what I need to do to actually regenerate the translations. I think it was... Okay, done. How do we look? Fixed, fixed, fixed. All of these are fixed now. Great. And the references work, obviously. Yeah. Lovely. Okay. So I'm happy with the changelog. Fixed minor issues generated changelog. Now we generate the translations, and I think that was just make I18N. And that might take a while now, because I think before it can do that, it needs to maybe even render the examples. We'll see. Lovely. Just a little bit of red text. You didn't see that, chat. You didn't see that. $390 changes. I should have maybe removed my stupid working directory changes that I used to keep. Actually, we can just commit everything in the docs directory. I hope the changes will not be too large this time. I mean, lots of stuff has been changed. Let's examine one of the files just for... Okay, this file has been removed. Lovely. Okay. Because we moved some stuff around, I think. It's actually okay. Minor changes here. Okay, that looks fine actually. If the changes are like this, then this is realistic. Okay, let's do it. Git add dot, because that's the stuff that's in the docs directory. I hope I did not add anything that doesn't make sense. So these are my weird files that I use when I debug questions that come on the server, and actually also for some of the stuff I have on my Twitch, like my subscriber badges and stuff. All these are basically made with Manim, and I have the files for that here as well because I'm lazy. Didn't put them anywhere more reasonable yet. Okay. Let's commit. Updated translations. Done. Now we push all of this and stare at the pull request. This one is actually approved. Should we? I should have checked before. We have this really annoying error sometimes when people render LaTeX. Then sometimes Manim tries to be extremely smart and isolate the exact error from the file where it's happening, and then tries to print out a fancy message. And it turns out we have a bug in that code that tries to be extremely smart. And then the error message, which is sometimes useful, actually just displays, I don't know, something like, yeah, max arg is an empty sequence, which is extremely unhelpful for, well, all reasons. Hey Torkirche, nice to see you. And this is a pull request by AD Chaos who fixed this, and it's actually approved, and I kinda wanna merge it because I think it substantially improves the. Is there like a test that we can look at? So this scene here, where there's an unknown package imported, currently fails miserably, I think. We could try. You know what? Let's try. Why not? Let's try and see how bad the error actually is. Where's my file? I have one where I copy most of the stuff in. Already has like 400 lines of code. Okay, let's check. Example scenes. Don't really need. Go away. And then we ask, yo chat, is the font in the editor too small? Should I increase it more? Anyone with an opinion, or just lurkers here? For you it's okay? Your eyes still work well? Or you have me on a sufficiently large screen maybe? Because I have it on my OBS preview on the smaller screen that I have. I can't read anything. But to be fair, in order for me to be able to read anything, I don't know. I'm used to reading small code, okay. Okay. Let's check. So Manim QMP example bad tech. Let's see how bad this fails. Yeah, that's pretty bad actually. It's exactly the error that we mentioned. I mean, to be fair, the logger before the traceback does print useful output. So that does work. It's just that the post-processing part where Manim tries to be very smart fails miserably. And then, yeah. Because the issue is, I don't mind too much actually, because I know that I can just scroll up and see the error here printed in the logger. But the issue is whenever people have questions and come to the server and then ask their code is failing for this and this reason, and then they usually just post the very small snippet at the very end. So it's this part here. That's actually extremely unhelpful because that gives you nothing to work on. I know at this point whenever someone asks about this error that it is a LaTeX rendering error, but other than that I can't help at all. So I kinda wanna merge. Yeah, you know what? Let's edit. Why not? So we'll have to repeat the procedure again. Make it a bug fix thingy. And I'll use administrator things so that we can merge directly. Should we read the code as well before merging? It has been reviewed by 2 people. This should be fine. Admin permissions. Yep. Overrule anyone. Well, this is an admin permission stream. Okay. Back to square one, or almost square one. Git rebase, git fetch, origin main, git rebase, origin main, running the changelog script. Oh no, the manual changes I've made will be gone. That's annoying. That's actually not, but we can just reverse the changes when they are happened. Fetching things again. Now it should be 70. Wait. Why is it not 71? Because I'm stupid. Git tag delete v0.15.0, git tag v0.15.0. And now it should be 71. Yeah. You can't see actually because the number is right behind where I sit, but you can trust me that there's now 71 pull requests included in the release. So waiting for the bar to move to the right. What's happening in chat? How are your evenings or days or whatever time zone you're in? Anything fun happening? I feel so tired. 71 in 7 weeks is pretty neat. Yeah, it's been quite active. It's been quite active recently. It's been quite active. All right, let's look at the changes again. 71 pull requests. These are things that I fixed manually right before. I think I fall in love with Haskell. Oh no, my condolences. No, it's great to hear. What do you like about it? We fixed this, we fixed this. Haskell users. Accurate depiction. Did the func thing even work actually? We'll have to check. Improved error in utils tech file writing. Yeah, Haskell is extremely high level. It's the same reason why people like it and why they don't like it, actually. I feel like. Refactor doc strings in... I think I fixed something in there too, so let's just apply the thing. Revert. We delete these two lines. And look at the generated output again. Docs. In imperative programming, you don't tell a computer how to solve stuff. Yeah. It has to tell the computer what stuff actually is. The rest is done for you. Yep, that's pretty neat. That is pretty neat indeed. Okay, so these are fine. What was the thing that I just fixed? Oh, the find intersection method. Right, that works. Good. I mean, that's not ideal, but well, we don't start there now. Space ops actually also works. I'm currently trying to implement all the basic standard functions Haskell is providing by myself. That sounds fun. That sounds like a fun exercise, which is probably like a small, maybe even not so small project. But as long as you're enjoying it. Okay. Stage. Added one additional. Wait, we can actually do everything at once. We can also run the internationalization thing again. Working with list and recursion in Haskell is really satisfying. Yeah, that I immediately believe. That I immediately believe. It's fun when you have this very high level structure already. Wait, why did so many things get changed? That shouldn't be the case. I hope this gets fixed. Oh yes, it did. The changelog cleaning script does a really good job. Okay. Added one additional final PR to the release. Okay. Git push and hope for the best. Force. I forgot because we repaste. Most of them are actually 2 to 3 liners, so it's not that hard. Still, I think it's still a good exercise, probably because you need to develop a pretty good feeling for the language, I guess. I mean, I told you like last time or so, I haven't done too many things in Haskell myself. I ran into compiling issues at some point. Never really tried to learn Haskell, I think. But maybe I should. Okay, there we go. The question is, do we now wait until all of this is passed? Maybe not. But I do want to wait until at least one of the pipelines has passed, and then maybe also the docs build would probably be nice. That takes like 10 minutes or so. What do we do in 10 minutes? Can't really do anything. Haskell learn stream would actually be pretty cool. Maybe if I have the brain capacity for that at some point. I feel like I'm up to it. I think it would be fun indeed. It's a good idea. It's a pretty good idea, I have to say. I kind of want to do that. Well, let's see. Okay, the most annoying pipelines have actually already passed. The pre-commit one is done. Dependencies stuff is okay, and this means we have to wait until the documentation thing has passed. And then we can soon prepare pushing the button soon, very soon. So we're waiting for this to pass, and then or at least some of these to pass. I'm lazy. I don't want to wait like 20 minutes because that's too long, and I don't really have anything else to do right now. I would like to play Hollow Knight, so, but I can't do that for 20 minutes, then realistically come back and actually do the release, because that wouldn't work. So yeah, I guess this is a just chatting stream now. My coffees actually. Should I go for another coffee today? I could like make a weak one. No human has that much self-control? You mean with doing something for 20 minutes and then coming back? For playing a game for 20 minutes? I mean, I think we could do something interesting. Coming back, yeah, no. Definitely not. Definitely not. I did run the tests locally at some point, so I think we're good on that end. But it's still good to see whether the documentation build is working as intended. That takes about 10 minutes though. And these also take a while. We can open one of them. The Ubuntu ones actually don't take too long. Oh, it's already running the tests, which means it should be done soon. I think for the Ubuntu test pipeline, the tests usually don't take longer than like 5 minutes or so. So that's actually done soon. The other ones, like the macOS ones, they take forever, usually. It's interesting why there's this big performance difference between the operating systems. Maybe the macOS runners are really slow for some reason. Because actually on my local machine, it doesn't take too much longer. But well, what do I know? What do I know? So I think what I'll do right now is fetch a little bit more coffee. Because I think I'll stream a bit longer today. Because we need to, well, play Hollow Knight. And then I'll be back, and then I don't know what we could do. If only Marbles on stream would work on my PC. Then we could play Marbles. Be fun. On GitHub probably they spin up a macOS VM for compiling and testing. I think they do. I have no idea how the actual machines that GitHub has look like. It's well possible that they actually have Macs, but I have no idea. Yeah, so I'll be right back. Water boiling done soon. OS X doesn't allow cross compilation? Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the weird things. It's really hard to develop for macOS from another platform, and in some cases I think even impossible. Yeah. I think you're right. Which is really weird. Okay. I'm really happy with this release, actually. I think it's a pretty good one. 12,000 lines? Wait, what? Is that actually true? Oh, it's probably again because of the... The diffs shouldn't be that large. I wonder why they are. I mean, that's annoying that these change. Some editions are okay, actually. Maybe it's really because we moved a lot of modules around. I shouldn't scroll too far down. This this page looks like it could kill my PC. I love your playlists. Oh, thanks. I like them too. What are those pod files? They are for translations. We have there's an ongoing effort to make the Manim documentation available in more languages. So we have translate Manim community, which uses, sorry for the flashbang, which uses crowdin as a system to, well, translate. And if you feel like you want to translate some parts of the documentation into other languages, then you could help out with that. It's actually a lot of languages. Yeah, the pod files are basically there for synchronizing. Be right back. Coffee. Water spoiled. Okay. Yo, the macOS test was done quick. The hell? Just want to say, usually it takes forever, but this time, like 7 minutes, done? Wow. I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised. Okay, this one started late because we have a concurrency limit on the testers. How about the Windows ones? Also almost done. Wow. This is fast. Something sped up the testing framework, it seems. Maybe some of our changes, because we made several changes that increase performance actually. Maybe that actually is visible in the pipelines. Yeah, this will be a good release. I'm happy. How about this guy? Not done yet, okay. Documentation not built yet. Yeah, what could we do for like 10 minutes, chat? Any suggestions? I'm fine to just sit here and stare at the completion thing and listen to music and chat about programming, but well. Clash of Code? I would need to set that up first, I think, wouldn't I? And depending on how addictive it is, it might be hard to get back to, well, doing this. I need to register? Then you can create a lobby. We could play a round of Type Racer. Does that work? Does that still exist? Is Type Racer still a thing? Did they change their website? Clash of Code, you can even log in with GitHub actually. I have that open as well actually. Let me check. I can. I agree. I wish to receive the newsletter. No, please no. How is the documentation build going? Uploading. Oh, so it's done. Nice. It was kind of fast. Maybe we don't need to stall too much longer actually. Wait, I've closed chat. Type Racer looks fun too, never played it. I'm only using semi 10-finger system though. Yeah, me too. I've never learned the actual 10-finger. I've never learned it properly. Another thing that came to my mind would be a round of GeoGuessr or something like that. Someone will use all 5 fingers on my left hand. All of these CI tools available for free. It looks pretty useful. Yeah, GitHub is pretty generous with their resources that they allow you to allocate for free. Actually, there is some sort of rate request limit that you have, but as long as you're an open source project, you have a lot of resources that you can use actually. yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm very happy that well, people appreciate and support open source software like that, because I mean, without it, it would be much more difficult. My right hand only uses like 3 fingers. How do I usually type? I almost never use my thumbs, except for the space key. And other than that, I think I don't know. I have some weird things, I think. I have some weird habits with typing. Yo, so is the documentation is rendered. Nice, view. Less than 900 seconds. GG. So let's see. How does everything look like? V15.0, that's good. Change log. Latest entry is here. 34 people. 71 pull requests. Stuff seems to be formatted properly. If you see a typo right now, then just don't say anything. I don't want to do it again. No, it's fine, of course. If you see something, then please say. But actually, I think this is good. Yeah, I think there's not much more to wait for, actually. How long is this running? This is almost done, actually. This is 4 minutes in, and this is 7 minutes in. So the pipeline actually is done in like a minute or two completely. And now I feel bad if we don't wait for it. So you know what? Let's wait for it. Why not? Now we can also wait for it. So what did I do here? So that's the coding game thingy, Clash of Code. I did log in, but my profile doesn't say who I am actually. That's weird. Probably because it doesn't really transfer any information from my GitHub, maybe. So how does it work? Introduction. Are you a professional coder? I mean, what do I answer to that? Coding a multiplayer Clash of Code? I'm clicking. Game to improve your coding efficiency by solving short problems with other people at the same time. This looks intriguing. You know what? I'll keep that open over here, and I don't think I want to do one right now, but maybe a bit later. Actually, I also have the typewriter still open here. I feel like I always had another website for that. Oh, but it looks actually pretty similar. Yeah, should I humiliate myself on stream? I think I'll do that until the last 2 pipelines are through. Let's do one of those. You ready, chat? Let's do practice one first. Ooh, I can't believe the things I see. The path that I have chosen now has led me to a wall. And with each passing day, I feel a little more like something dear was lost. I'm so bad. I was much better at some point. Yo, so we are still waiting for the pipeline to pass. That's why I do silly things, just in case anyone is wondering. Raise me? Well, I'm happy to raise. Wait, let's create a thing. Let's create a thing. Maybe someone else also wants to join. Can I actually create a thing? How does it work? Raise your friends. Yo, copy this URL. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Wait, what? Why is there... Does the question mark not render correctly as a part of the URL for you two guys? Or is that just for me? How weird. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like there is a white space for me. See, but it still just doesn't render properly. I'm not sure why. It's really weird. Maybe that's Twitch chat's fault for some reason. Okay, I think you have to join the race and then we can start. In 10 seconds, ooh. We are the people. No! Throwing! Good job, guys. I made more. Congratulations for winning. That was fun. At least not last, yeah. You know what? One more. No! No! It was so bad, the last character. Oh, guys. Okay. Thanks, guys. That was actually fun. Let's see. Why is this not done yet? 14 minutes. Yeah, that's what I'm used to from macOS thingy. That's what I usually am used to, like these 14-minute plus things, but this one was really fast. That's why I was confused. Okay, I mean, we do have more time, it seems. Can I still invite people? I guess I can. Yo, chat, if anyone else wants to play, here's our lobby. I think we play like one more. One more. Ooh. Oh, Jesus. There are powers like the sun and seasons and oh. But this test was at least much easier. I disagree. my controller glitched. What do you mean, your controller? That's my line. Okay. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. We can't play another one. The tests are done. Epke are beating us with controller. Yep. Probably with like one of these Guitar Hero ones. Okay. Yo. Everything has passed. This is still horrendous, but I mean, it is as it is. I can't really change that. It doesn't make me happy, but I think this might be because there was so many changes in the... because we moved some modules around. I think that's the reason why this looks like this. Otherwise, 12,000 lines is actually pretty much. Okay, we're done. We squash and merge. We hope for the best, guys. We hope for the best. And then we create the release, and then we... crossing fingers that everything goes well. All right, let's do it. 3, 2... I mean, that's not the exciting part, actually. It's just merging. Merge the thing. And now, before anyone else can push anything onto this, we go here, open. We copy the link here. We create a new release. It's V0150. The title, wait, what? This one. Target is main. Manim V0150. You paste the text. 15 here. And that's it, actually. This is not a pre-release, this is an actual release, and we can create a discussion in general. Why not? Doesn't really matter. Nobody uses the discussion tab anyways. Is there anything I need to wait for? I should wait for. This link probably does not exist yet. because it currently renders the latest version, I guess. How long does it take to do that? Read the docs. Manim C. Latest builds. It's currently installing, which means in like 10 minutes it will be available. I don't want to store too much time around though, so it's actually half an hour that we waited. Really weird. Anyhow, I think I can just do this. Pushing the button. It's very exciting. Push the button. All right. We have a new release. And now we wait. It takes some time until everything is updated. But there should be a trigger for building the documentation for the tech documentation. So that's here. Stable is also being installed right now, so that's fine. This is currently doing its thing. I should have maybe looked into Discord before I did this. Okay, fortunately no other movements. Okay, fine. So, yeah. There's not much else I need to do actually. One thing that we could do is building the corresponding Docker images. I don't know how much resources that will take on my laptop though. It might be that the stream suffers. But we can just try actually. We can just try. So how do I do that usually? We need a terminal. Secrets again. Give me a new one. Then we go to my special directory where I have a clean version of Manim, unmodified without anything. Git fetch origin. Git check out the tag v0150. Now what? There's a command I can run. Docker build x, something like that. Wait, I have that somewhere. Docker readme probably. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine actually. Copy. Paste. So what? I think I can specify multiple tags actually. So this should be Manim community Manim latest. Tag Manim community Manim stable and tag Manim community Manim the version v0.15.0 f docker file. Okay, let's see if the stream quality, or if this takes loads of resources and makes the stream unwatchable. Then I'll do this later before I go to sleep, and then push the Docker images a bit later. It should also be fine. Let's see what happens. Cannot connect to the Docker daemon. Yeah, that's a problem. Maybe one that we can solve. Usually it's running actually, so it's weird. Kind of weird. In the meantime, we can check whether the release has been properly propagated to PyPy. Manim 0.15.0. That looks good. Okay, this can actually go away. I'm even a maintainer of that. Fun. Okay, nice. So that worked. Released 5 minutes ago. We did it, chat. We did it. Okay, let's see now. We try again the Docker command. Building, you can still see me. The CPU is rising, but it still works, I think. Did I change the text? Manim community, Manim latest, Manim community, Manim stable, Manim community, Manim v0.15.0. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, now we have some more time to pass. At least right now the stream is still fine. Yeah, if you notice anything dropping, then please let me know in chat. I'm not sure how fast I would see something on my side. I guess I would see something in OBS that stream is crashing, but actually it should be fine. I don't worry too much about it. I just don't think that I could, like, in addition to this, also play a game. That would probably be that would probably be a bit too much for my laptop. Yo, so we do have a new release. That's pretty sweet. Do we already have a rendered release notes page? Probably not. It's a bit too soon, I guess. Yeah, that's still 14. Still 14. Okay. Is this the big release people were talking about a few months back? It's we've changed our opinions on things slightly from time to time, but in essence, yes, this is the release that we expect to stay around for a while before the next one comes, because we at this point we'd like to change some of the internals of Manim to make it, well, more maintainable and less of a mess overall. So this could be considered as some sort of long-term support version, in a sense. I mean, long-term support is probably the wrong expression, to be honest. It will take a while until the next one is released. I think that's honest. I don't really have a concrete time frame, but what definitely changed also with the last release already, basically, is that we are moving away from the monthly releases again, and more to like milestone-oriented releases. For a second, I thought you'd finish the rework in a month or two. No, that's unrealistic. We currently don't have that many people working on the internals and contributing. So it's why things are moving a bit slow. It's also why I personally am a bit worried if we would say now we stop accepting any sort of external contributions and just focus on the internal rewrite of it. That's why I'm worried a bit about. I feel like this would hurt the project overall if we'd say we'd go into a strict maintenance mode and just do this. So at this point it's more of a soft maintenance mode. We don't expect to push out releases every month at this point, but we'll probably keep working on things and see how it goes. If we can figure out how to help, how the internals actually work, I'd be happy to try to help. Yeah, I mean, help is definitely appreciated. And right now, that's one of the biggest problems that we have, that it's very difficult to actually get into it. I started writing something. So basically, everything is sort of connected. For the longest time at this point, I wanted to produce a new video for my YouTube Manim tutorial series. But the problem was that I wanted to talk about updaters. Updaters, however, behaved very differently between renderers, and it would have been sort of a mess to explain why where everything comes from. So what I did is I unified the behavior of updaters in this in this release that's coming out now, and now I can actually. I think it makes more sense to produce a video on updaters now that things are more uniform. And at the same time, there is another thing that I've been working on, namely like and that's sort of, I would also like to produce a video on that, but a bit later maybe, as soon as it's done, which is like a really detailed blog post that explains very well how from start to finish what happens when you run Manim on a simple scene. And I feel like if we manage to have some sort of document that guides people from the very start, from the first line of code to write to the end, to the final rendered video, if we have something like that explains what happens, a document that does that in sufficient detail, then it would also be helpful to attract new contributors, because people have a much easier time to figure out when something goes wrong, where they have to start digging. This is currently it's really extremely messy. So yeah, that's what I hope that will improve also with this update. I think that would be really nice. Yeah, definitely. I started writing something already. If preliminary feedback also is welcome already, I can actually link it. It's this one here. Yeah, exactly. It's 2550. I've started putting stuff there, and it's at this point it only features like the very beginning of the very beginning of the render process. Like what happens if you what happens when you import the library? What happens when basically what's happening behind the scenes when you run the Manim command from the command line. That's basically what's covered at this point. The rendering part is not mentioned yet at all, and we are already at, I think it's already substantially long. Well, a more thorough explanation of the internal structure than we had at any point. So yeah. Depending on how deep this really goes, I expect this article to be really long. Probably like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times the length of what it currently is. Because there's really a lot of things to explain, and yeah, if you really want to go over everything, then we'll have to, yeah, it's sort of difficult to explain the big picture stuff, and that's why I want to do something like this. Try to get it from my head onto at least a page where people can read stuff. Why comes Manim's building blocks before a deeper look, even though Manim's building block recommends reading a deeper look first? Yeah, I'm not happy with any of the arrangement of things, to be honest. I'm not really happy about how these things are currently arranged. Also, I think the tutorials doesn't really reflect what's happening in there. I mean, in particular, the configuration tutorial, I don't really think is a tutorial at all. And yeah, there are many things that should actually be improved. So I think one of the things that Manim currently needs the most in a certain sense is people that sort of understand how it works and are willing to contribute time and effort to like writing resources to help people get started. Oh wait, that was, I think I just got an email from something GitHub related. Oh no, it's fine. Doesn't concern the release. It's still fine. Okay, let's check again. How is our documentation? Still not updated. Oh, I'm worried. I probably don't have to be actually. Read the docs. We need to look at builds again. Probably there was like a concurrency. Oh, it's uploading right now. Great. Oh, it's so bright. And how is this going actually? It finished building the ARM thing, which is good. And it's in the middle of installing the AMD 64 image, which is also good. Will take some more time though. But the stream was not choppy in between or anything, so everything okay? All good. Okay, lovely. Lovely. You know, I think I'm with the current version of the with this release now, I'm actually pretty happy with the state of things. We managed to move a lot of relevant things around, and the fun thing is that basically we already improved the structure of Manim to a good extent, I think, with this release. And that's by just moving things around and splitting up some big files. Like the one of the biggest files that we had was the geometry.py file, which basically had everything in there that concerned two-dimensional graphics. And now that's basically split up in 4 smaller files, which is already much nicer. These extremely large modules have to they become difficult to maintain at some point, especially if someone wants to like go through the effort and clean some doc strings or something like that, and they want to do it module by module, and then the pull request for the geometry module alone is so large already that it takes a lot of time to review and go through and then iterate. And if someone else changes something in the same module, then there are merge requests again that need to be resolved. And it's just, yeah. Large modules are definitely difficult to maintain. And that's why I'm actually really happy about splitting these up. What got all of you interested in Manim? for me, it was more or less an accident. I was responsible for taking care of interns that we had at the mathematics department at my old university, and one of the things that kind of made sense was have them produce like these explainer videos for different things. And at some point I more or less stumbled over Manim and saw that this was like in the summer before last summer, so summer 2 years ago. And found the things and it was kind of interesting to see, but it was also hilariously bad to work with, actually, because there was little to no documentation. You had to figure basically everything out yourself, and it was really, really tedious. So yeah, I kind of saw it as a challenge to improve that somehow, and it still is. Even though I don't know, I spent a lot of time trying to make it more accessible. I'd like to think that that the community in total succeeded in improving it since compared to the state it was before. But yeah, it's always hard to say. At least there's proper documentation for many things at this point, even though we don't have a particularly nice starting resources. I still think that's a big issue. But yeah, whenever I want to sit down and write something up, I notice that something is extremely weird and needs to be fixed first before we can expose newcomers to the library with some weird behavior. Then I end up fixing the code, and then the tutorials don't get written again. Yeah. And Ruby and Grant, of course, also is a big attractor, let's say. Okay, at this point it should be updated. Nice. We are on V15. Three years ago, so I tried Manim to. It was a disaster. I can relate to that. About a year ago, I guess with me, my idea from the group chat late at night. Yeah, I'm curious. Do you still have that somewhere, or is it semi-private or an internal joke? Wait, we can watch on stream. I think I should mute music. Give me a moment. I liked it. These infinite sums are actually fun. There's no sound, okay. I noticed. That's pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, stuff like that is not. And you hadn't seen the right animation class yet. Yeah, I saw it was. I didn't see that. I see that it wasn't written. Yo, we are coming closer and closer to having this finished actually. The WebGL renderer resources, they take forever to compile. It's so bad. We should really throw out the WebGL renderer for now because no one can maintain it anyways, and I think it's broken beyond repair anyways. I think I used the moving camera scene class to make the equation shift around too. I mean, that's actually kind of natural, to be honest. Expecting that you would rather move the camera instead of the elements on the canvas. I feel like that's not even too uncommon. I like because it could easily center the equation on the screen. Yeah, there actually that reminds me, we have one pull request for something which is pretty similar, which reminded me of this actually. Where was it? Let me see. The tree stuff. Was there a video uploaded somewhere? No. But I think I still have it somewhere. Wait, let me check. But it should be somewhere. We can actually, we can just go to graph stuff. And then it's the one example without video. And now so you see how this file gets larger and larger every time. Actually, that's bad. It's just this one that needs to be closer here. And then we go ahead and say example scenes, Manim, QM, -P, example, large tree generation. Go. What? I didn't save. Now it should work. Show me. I should maybe not render stuff while it's on, but it should be okay. You guys will complain if the stream quality starts to break down. Yeah, exactly. So what it does is it uses the moving camera scene class to recenter if there's a very large tree on the screen, which is pretty neat actually. And I'm sure I will use that myself. So you have like a complete tree with 3 children each. And the code looks, at first it looks a bit intimidating, but actually it's really not that bad. It just expands the vertices and generates all the children, and then it just uses the layout config and moves everything around, and then one play call to the camera and using the auto zoom feature, which I didn't even realize that we had, but I'm pretty happy that we do. Makes it very easy to use as well actually. So if you have some large objects on screen, you can simply use this and make the camera zoom in a way that everything is on screen. It's pretty useful, I feel. We could try to make it even larger. Should we try? Kind of feel like it. 3 depth 5 and 4 children per vertex. This will probably take eternity to render now. Should I stop? Maybe I should. Ah. Oh. For like 1300 vertices and edges, that's actually okay. Can you still hear me, chat, and see me? Rendering in medium quality takes forever already. I'd like to make further improvements at some point. Yeah, it really does take forever sometimes. I wonder whether the OpenGL renderer in this case would be better, but it's not compatible with the moving camera scene, so bad luck there. Graphs work really good in... Yeah. Graphs work well in general, but the reason why I did not implement directed graphs initially was because I couldn't find a good way to... position the arrows so that it doesn't intersect. Did you all see the Wordle video? Yep. I recently had a longish phone call with Grant actually, and he says that he would like to move the library much more in an interactive direction, which I like the idea of. It's just that we'll have to do some homework for the community version to keep up with his ideas, I think. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I have to admit. I wonder whether I can use this to draw like a pretty big tree. Because random trees usually don't look like that. Random trees are never that wide. They are usually a bit more deep, but never that wide. There's actually in my actual job I do research, and there has been something that I wanted to animate for a while now. There's something I wanted to animate for a while now, but I didn't really get to it yet. Oh wait, I get emails. Give me a moment. No, it's fine. I'm always worried after I release when emails come in. But I did not get pinged by anyone yet that something terrible broke down or anything, so we might still be good with the new release. Something terrible broke down. Stop it! So, what do we need to generate a large tree? I think I can just ask NetworkX. Let's see. No, Grant doesn't contribute to the community edition. We discussed whether we would implement some sort of bounty system maybe, and some of the bounties could involve porting code in between the two versions. So at this point, the two versions are basically siblings of each other, which is, I don't think, a particularly bad comparison. At one point they like were the same, but then we diverged pretty heavily. Grant's version has some well peculiarities, and he changed a lot of the rendering code around, switched fully to OpenGL. There's no Cairo renderer anymore in Grant's version. Maybe if I think this would be feasible for the community edition as well, as soon as the OpenGL rendering is a bit more stable and less, well, janky. Because Grant himself admits that rendering sometimes is well, weird, and he has to do weird things for it to actually work. Let's try to visualize a big tree, because I'm kind of curious whether we can do it while I chat with you guys and wait until the thing has finished compiling. Actually it's done. Van der Waerden's theorem or Sarkozy's theorem? Yeah. Van der Waerden, I think, would be very interesting. But yeah, you'd need to find a good way to visualize things, I guess. What are these theorems used for? Some of them are. I'm not sure whether Van der Waerden has a or the Sarkozy's theorem has a really practical application in that sense. But they give information about. According to my combinatorics professor, I got a great sympathy. Yeah. They give information about patterns in large structures. Basically, that as soon as a structure becomes sufficiently large, you can't avoid having some sort of patterns in there. That's more or less it. That's more this observation that as soon as a structure is large enough, you always have some sort of patterns in there. That's exactly what people refer to as Ramsey theory. And the most well-known example for Ramsey theory is the so-called the most accessible one, let's say, is the so-called theorem on friends and strangers, which basically says whenever 6 people meet in a hotel lobby, there will be exactly 3 of there will be at least, no matter who these 6 people are, it is a guarantee that either there are 3 among the 6 that know each other mutually, or 3 of them who don't know each other, again mutually. That's the sort of that's a way to state this basic result in Ramsey theory. You can do this with larger structures as well, and ask yourself, well, what about if I want that either 4 people know each other or 4 people don't know each other? And you can still find it out, and then you will actually see that it's 17 people, I think, who need to meet at that point. So it sounds these theorems apply to graphs. Yeah, some of them do. Van der Waerden's theorem actually is about coloring the coloring integers. But again, you can see that this is a particular graph. Okay, so while exporting layers is happening, let's try to code a big tree. Class big tree. Let's make it a moving camera scene again, because then we can just zoom out. So how does this work? I can copy the layout config from above, because that's, I think, the only thing I really need or want. And then let's do the following. Let's create a tree. Def construct. And before we do anything, I need to find out how network X exactly works. Import network X as NX. And I know that network X has some way to generate large trees, so we can say nx dot random, I think. Random tree, maybe. Oh yeah. If I say 10, it gives me a graph on 10 vertices, I think. Yeah, that seems to work. I think the title of this paper is hilarious. Oops. Ergodic random city theory, an update. Yeah. I mean, Ramsey theory in general is pretty fun. There's this fun anecdote. There are exercises in it even. Lovely. We don't do these yet. We don't do these right now, I guess. There's this fun anecdote about Erdős being asked. These Ramsey numbers are hilariously difficult to compute, actually. So that's the number of in the example before, the number of people that need to meet until either 4 of them know each other, 4 of them don't know each other, and you can increase that number further. So either 5 of them know each other, 5 of them don't know each other, 6 of them know each other, 6 of them don't know each other. The answer is actually only known for 3, because there it is 6 people. For 4 that's 17, and for 5 and 6 it's already not known anymore. And it's actually hilariously complicated, and it's hilariously complicated to determine these numbers. And Erdős was asked. Erdős was a rather famous and very prolific mathematician who died in... When actually did he die? Around 2000, I think. A bit later, maybe. I read his biography. I should know that. Someone in chat certainly knows. And he was asked, well, how likely it would be. Apparently, Erdős was narcoleptic. Erdős was many things, many things. Narcoleptic probably being one of them. So Erdős was asked whether he would find it feasible that these numbers are computed, like for the 5 people each knowing each other and 6 people knowing each other. And he apparently said, well, if aliens invaded the planet and demanded that we tell them the Ramsey number for the Ramsey number 55 R55, which is exactly that, either the number of people required, so that you always can guarantee 5 people know each other and 5 people don't know each other, or 5 people don't know each other. Then humanity should put together all of their computing resources, and we could probably get an answer to the number in a reasonable amount of time. But if aliens demanded to know the number for the number R66, so the number of people required in a room, so that you can guarantee that in no matter the constellation, you always know that 6 of them know each other, or 6 of them don't know each other. If they want to know that number, then we should rather try to focus the entire resources of humanity and try to destroy the aliens, because there's no way we will compute that by brute force. And it's not too hard to see why that statement is probably true. You really try to brute force the number, the number of graphs you need to study to really confirm it is humongous. It's like 2 to the number of possible edges in a graph with around 100 vertices, I think. So if the graph has n vertices, then there are n choose 2 possible edges, and then the number of graphs you need to check basically is 2 to the n choose 2, which is of order 2 to the n squared, which grows fast. Anyhow, I'm talking way too much about math right now. Let's see whether we can do this before the Docker image is done and I don't have an excuse for doing math anymore. So we import first. Import network X as an X. Then we ask network X to give us a graph. So G equals nx dot random graph, random tree we said, on how many vertices? Yes. Let's take like 15 vertices first, and then we have to check that everything works properly. Then we can say we make a Manim graph. Let's call it capital G, which we create from graph from network X, which is we pass the network X graph, and then we do what? I think we can just leave it be like that for a moment, and say self.add G, and then self.wait for a moment, then self.animate, self.play, g.animate, change layout, and now we want to use the tree layout, where the root vertex equals, I think the vertices are labeled, are just numbered, so we can use 1 probably. And then we check what this thing does. Self.wait. So let's see. Manim qm minus p example file big tree. Go. Maybe we did it correctly. Ah, that doesn't look so bad. So we have a small tree actually at this point. And it moves into tree shape. Great. So now let's increase the number of vertices drastically. Let's make it have like 100 vertices. Render time will go up a bit. Ideally, I would like to move this to several thousand vertices, but we'll see whether we can get there actually. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look so bad, I feel like. Yep. Yeah, that's the character. That's a more characteristic tree shape, like growing a bit further down and some width, but not as wide as the full tree, as the complete tree that we saw earlier. Okay, more. What do you think happens if we go for 1,000 vertices? We might need to control the camera at some point. 1,000 should still be okay. Yeah, you see the render time actually goes up quite substantially, because lots of sub-objects need to be moved around, and iterating through the lists will take much more time. And if the tree is like really large already, then it might be the case that we need to... I actually should specify the vertex spacing thing, because then I think the tree is not so crammed, because right now it will try to fit the tree into a very tiny space. as you can see. Yeah, that's too small. So what we will do is the following. We will pass here layout config equals self.layout config like we did above. And then look at the thing again and see. Actually, 0.5 and 1 is probably too large even, because the vertices are not that big. We can reduce this probably to like 0.2 and 0.75 or so. That's probably also too large. Let's use like 0.2 and 0.5. So that's like 0.2 units horizontally at least, and 0.5 units vertically. Maybe this looks like something, we'll see. I started learning Manim exactly 1 week ago. It's taking some time, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. Thanks for making such an awesome tool accessible. Well, I'm happy to hear. Everyone from the community actually is. I know that getting started with Manim is not the easiest thing, but we hope it gets easier every time with every release that we make and every little bit of documentation that we add or improve. Are you doing any particular projects with it, or just learning for the sake of it? Yo, chat, my coffee is almost empty. Actually, my coffee is empty. I should... Maybe it's tea time. Making a C++ series on YouTube, as I said, making animations for Manim. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah, it's definitely well suited for these like programming concepts. Although for code, you probably need to... There's probably some extra work you need to do. Manim has a code object which works surprisingly, although it's probably the things that have to do with text rendering, not the new markup text object, that's actually pretty good, but the old ones, the text just text and also code, these are probably the modules with the most spaghetti code in Manim in them. It's really a surprise how that thing can even work. So how does this look now? Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Okay, and now we need to scroll this camera again. And actually also increase the X distance a little bit. Pac-Man. So we can use this, I think. Don't need to specify the runtime necessarily. Our graph is called capital G, so that's important. And we increase the X distance a little bit. Let's put like 0.4. Okay, let's go. Show us pretty tree, please. Yo, chat, I think I want more tea. Or at least I want tea. Should I boil some water? While this is rendering. I'm too curious. We have to stay here. Double T mode. Show us pretty tree animation, please. I'm so curious right now. Oh yeah, thanks for following Techion for Impera. I appreciate that. Yo, okay. So, tiny tree at first. I should probably specify a layout scale thing so that the tree initially also can be larger, so that we can see more stuff. Then... Ooh. Oh, thanks for following. Alpha Show. Okay, so it did the same thing again, and then it should pan out and show us the entire tree. Yeah, that's pretty neat. That's how random trees usually look like. Or at least these specific random trees that we're looking at this point. I have like I could show you. There's a book. And there's this very similar picture in there actually. Let's see. So this is analytic combinatorics. It's freely available actually, but it's not something you definitely need to do some mathematics for. You want to read that? No, small tree. Give me large tree. Where's large tree? I know large tree is somewhere here in the beginning. I have looked through this book so often that I can tell you exactly that the image I'm looking for in the paperback version is on the right upper side. Small trees. Give us a large tree. Where's the large tree? Where's the thing? Where's the thing? I could search for tree actually. Probably be faster. Tree. Question mark. Where are my trees? I think we're moving closer. It should be somewhere here. Pretty pictures. Yes. This is sort of the thing that I meant, but there should be a tree of a much larger... There should be a much larger picture as well. But you can see it's basically the same. It's actually pretty small. With these things, there's an animation I want to make. But yeah, I need to find some time for it. And there's so many other things that I actually also want to produce, like the next episode in my YouTube tutorial series. I should really sit down and do that at some point. and well, writing the guided debugger tour through a compilation of a scene. That's also something I should do soon-ish. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that's on my plate right now. Should we try one extremely large tree? Let's take like 5,000 vertices and then see whether Manim can still handle that. And while it renders, I go and boil some water. I leave you guys staring at the progress bar for a moment. Be right back. Yo, still rendering, it seems. Ah, but it's done soon, actually. It's not particularly fast. Ah. Okay. So we've sorted out the release. We've pushed the button, which is nice. We should have maybe disabled caching. That's actually true. I'm curious. Let's after this is done, render it the second time and disable caching, because I mean the tree is random anyway, so there's nothing to cache between runs. And caching for this number of objects in the scene might actually slow things down substantially. I'm curious. Yeah, but the important thing is that did the Docker images actually finish pushing at some point? Yeah, yeah. So nice. So this is actually if we head over to Docker Hub, take a look. Actually, you can just sign me in. maybe I just look at the thing, because I don't really need to be signed in for that, I think. Manim. Go. Manim community Manim. Tags. Latest. 15 stable. Nice. So that's there. Water has finished boiling. Be right back. Oh, the thing is finished. I'm curious. Show us your secrets. So this is now like 5,000 vertices, right? Wow. Okay, it will probably not look that good, I assume. So don't get your hopes up. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, I do like that actually. It's a pretty tree. That's actually pretty neat. Oop. Yeah, the animation, the zooming out of the tree is actually quite satisfying. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm surprised it managed to handle this. Yeah, I think. So I mean, it took a while, right? So I boiled my water and stood up again, and do we have some sort of timing? 22, 29. So almost like 5 minutes. I wish there wouldn't be so many horizontal lines. You mean like these? Yeah, these are difficult to avoid, I fear. Because you need to move these subtrees sufficiently far away from their siblings. Because otherwise there would be collisions. I mean, that's pretty cool. Zooming in and out of the tree is pretty neat. Ooh, 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 ooh. You chat remind me in like 7 minutes that my tea is done. Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. I do like that. So what did I want to do right now? Right, disable caching and see. Disabling caching and see whether this improves the render time. So this took now 4 minutes or something like that. Disable caching. I think a substantial amount of time here probably came from caching. So I'm curious. But yeah, I definitely like to visualize some things with very large trees. But then again, it's kind of painful the way Manim handles these right now. So there's one other thing I'd like to try, and it's using the OpenGL renderer instead. I'd like to see whether this red can do better. The amount of iterations, the amount of seconds per iteration actually is pretty similar to before. So I think caching caching shouldn't influence the runtime during the render loop actually. So during animation is processed, but just before and after that. That time will probably be a bit shorter now. But the render loop itself, the caching doesn't do anything in there. I think. I could be wrong on that, actually. I could be wrong on that. I mean, we almost managed, so let's see. Let's see how it looks like. Because this is a new graph now. New tree. Let's look at the second one as well. To make sure that the first one was not... that wasn't a fluke. You see it. Rendering trees actually works well. And 5,000 vertices is actually quite substantial already. It's okay. There's other software, of course, that's much better for rendering these large trees, but it's not as convenient if you want to do animations on them. Then I feel like Manim might be a good choice actually. Still takes a long time for the iterations. I wish we, yeah. I mean, we would have to profile it and see where we lose all of the time right now, or which parts of the code take long, and then we could maybe improve it. Because I think that actually, if we were to only display the graph in the end, that wouldn't take too long. It's really the animations that are very important, that take a long time. Yo, little ball of vertices. Let's go. Show me what you got. Oh, nice. This is a very high tree or deep tree or whatever you want to call it. You see, the trees that we had before were much wider than this one. This might be a bit of an exception in some sense. But we can zoom in and out again. That actually feels super... That really feels super satisfying. I like it. And then it's this little ball of vertices again. No, that's actually pretty satisfying, I have to admit. We could increase the label, the scale in the beginning. That would drive better. Actually, to see these sort of effects, you probably don't really need a graph that's much larger than like 250 vertices maybe. Let's try something. Layout scale equals, I think if I set it to 4, it should be much better already. Found a new emote you enabled. Yo. Yeah, that's better. That we rearrange it and we can zoom out again. That's pretty neat. Zooming in. Swoop. I like how the tree moves. It's pretty smooth. And that's a pun because the rate function is smooth. Oh no, bad Manim puns. I was random to some about Flug. All odd integers greater than 1 are prime. Proof 3 is prime, 5 is prime, 7 is prime, 9 is an experimental error, 11 is prime. Yep, that's exactly how it works. Yeah, so this is pretty satisfying, I have to admit. I do like that. Now let's see whether we can use the OpenGL renderer for that as well. Readjusting the camera and stuff probably works a little bit different. I'm not sure whether the OpenGL renderer has an auto zoom thing. You know what? Let's take the entire thing. Let's make it inherit from scene, because we don't need to use moving camera scene with the OpenGL renderer. And then we just try to render it. What could go wrong? 7 minutes have passed. Ah, thank you, my tea. Render equals OpenGL. This will probably break in some weird ways. Big tree OGL. Oops. Okay. Okay, the camera has no attribute auto zoom, which is annoying. But we could just do an interactive embed and see whether that would help. Self.interactive embed. And then we can probably just zoom out ourselves. Go. Tree. Move the tree. I mean, that's fine. And we can do the fun things with the OpenGL renderer that I like to do. Ooh. I mean, it does it. I can't reject that the OpenGL renderer has its benefits. It's fun things. Moving around in the tree is kind of fun like that. That rendered a lot faster. Yeah, it might very well be that this is more performant. Let's try a big one. Let's try a big one. 10 times as many vertices. Let's go. And I'll pour myself some tea. Cheers, chat. Yeah, that's much faster as well. I feel like we are getting there. Originally we had big problems with the OpenGL renderer being much slower. Or much slower, maybe not, but substantially slower than the Cairo renderer. But this looks actually quite okay. I mean, it's not real time, but it's something, right? Could actually make the window larger by rendering in higher quality. What happens if I... That actually works, nice. Okay, let's try to zoom out. Yep, that's pretty cool. No, it's probably just a rendering bug. I don't think it would look like that in the rendered video. Smoosh, and now we can move all of this around. I feel like one of the next things that we should probably look into is trying to port over the interactive features that Grant has in his things, because I think Ice-T has looked into this a bit. It shouldn't be too complicated to do that. because there's actually a... It's basically just a matter of implementing a method. The mechanism is there already, kinda. Yo, and now we can move around these things, which is pretty neat. I don't think I can move around singular things, right? No. But that should be possible somehow, I think. Wait, let me check. I feel like there was some sort of key that I could press and then could move stuff around, but maybe that doesn't work so well right now. And you could and you can still see it. I mean, the thing is pretty non-fluid to updates of the camera. But that's to be expected, to be quite honest. You know what? Let's try to render it to a movie and without preview. So I delete the -p, I add the right movie. And then I think we are done with. Then I think we're done with Manim actually. I do want to change to playing Hollow Knight. Otherwise, I don't get to play today at all. There's one thing that I need to do actually, because otherwise I forget. The release announcement on the Manim Discord, that will happen tomorrow at some point. After we made sure that everything works as intended. Yeah, I mean it's a bit faster than before, but still not amazingly fast, right? And now the camera won't zoom out, which is a shame. I'm pretty sure that I mean we should maybe look into that. Open media videos XR 720p 30 big tree OGL. Show me. Open. Yeah, I think this phenomenon that we saw earlier in the live preview with edges just rendering. I mean, it looks like some of the edges are actually thinner, which is weird. But probably there's some sort of... wait. That's actually weird. I think that's what we saw in the preview, yeah. I'm not sure. It looks like the edges are somehow rotating in a sense, and then if they are like perpendicular to the camera, you wouldn't see them because they are then they would be basically infinitely thin. But that's weird. They shouldn't rotate really. I mean, it's probably just something that the OpenGL renderer does. Or something that edges, when using the OpenGL renderer, do. I'm almost sure this is like a rotation, because you can actually see, if you look at this edge over here, not sure whether you can see what I'm actually pointing to. If you look at this edge over here, and then we step forwards. Oops. So this edge here, and then we step forwards. You can see it getting thinner and thinner and thinner until it's not visible at all. This should be here. And then in the next step it's here again. So it looks like it's flipping. Kind of weird, but well, it is what it is. I usually get this effect when transforming an object into another one. Actually, yeah, that's what's happening here. It might be that transforming the edge into another one causes this. It's weird, but it's I don't think there's anything we can. It's at least not something that's caused by the latest update, so we have not found a bug yet. Yeah, but I mean, I personally I really like these tree animations. It's fun. I'm happy that I sat down at some point and wrote some graph stuff from Manim. It's so nice to look at. All right, closing this down. We've managed to stall long enough that basically the Docker images have been built and shipped. The thing is released. Is there anything happening here? Ah, there's a new question on Stack Overflow. We answered it. Let's see whether we can. From Manim imports, what's the question? Here's sample code, what I don't understand. Frame, animate. Is the question is why it doesn't work? Yeah, okay, I can answer. Ah, it's already answered. Ah, Aquabean was faster. Yeah. Well done, Aquabeam. Well done. Upvoting an answer before reading it? No, I knew that was what it was. Read it sufficiently well. No, but you're right, of course. Okay, so we're done with this, I think. No, there was one thing, right? We need to update the interactive notebook because I forgot that the last time, for the longest time. And actually, I should also update the Discord bot. We can do both. The Discord bot I'll do later because that's something I have to do on my server. Did you collect your tea? Yes, it's here. I have poured myself some tea. It's nice and warm. We'll leave this as is. Don't need to look at this. Don't need to look at this anymore. That's done. Great. I forgot. So the one thing that we need to do is we need to go to the correct file. I can actually probably just do that in the console. Where's my... I just closed it probably. New window. Oop. Okay, we go to the correct file. Manim Jupyter examples. Lol. My Google thing started to talk to me. I'm not sure whether you've heard that on stream. Probably you did. It's always fun when it happens. So what do we need to do? We need to git status, git pull. Do I usually just push that, right? Yeah. So let's push that as well because I really don't want to. But we should try it first, maybe. That's a good idea. So let's go to the correct file. Manim Jupyter. Jupyter notebook. Oh, flashbang. We open first steps with Manim because it's the one. Then we execute all the cells and see where that still works. You know what? While I'm here, let's actually also adapt the verbosity of the output, because I don't really see why we have to do that per cell. Config.verbosity equals warning. And the third line controls the verbosity of the log output. Feel free to adapt them. To your liking. Actually, we can increase the 60% to like 75. Okay, now we can remove that. Okay, that looks good. We remove that part. We can remove that part. Okay, that made it a bit easier. Right, can remove that part. Wild circle appears. Nice. Can remove that part. So this is I should actually mention that this is the notebook that's deployed at try.manim.community. So this one. This one. And I usually also like to update that to the latest version as soon as we have one released. Last time I forgot. And we just did that recently actually. Okay. Removing all of the -v flags because that's kind of silly for a tutorial that we have to include all of those. The cells look fine though. Everything looks okay. Yep, looks fine. It looks fine as well. More specialized examples. One of those more specialized examples always breaks my notebook for some reason. Then if I open it up again, it works again. It's really strange. Let's see whether this will happen on stream as well, or it's just something that happens sometimes. No, I think it might be this actually. I think it's broken already. Let's wait for a moment. Nah, looks pretty broken. Yep. I have no idea why that happens. It's kind of weird actually. It's like the browser tab runs out of memory or something like that. Actually should try not to run out of memory right now. I fear it would be bad for the stream. I can't even close it. Let me quickly see what I can convince it. Killed it. I actually killed the wrong thing, I think. Yep. That's so weird. Well, at some point it will do something. I'm sure. This example actually has killed my browser. But usually it doesn't happen online. Or whenever I try it for the second time, it usually works. Not sure why that is exactly. Can open it up a second time, then it should work again. Yeah. And usually when I try to run the example directly now, it usually works. It does something. Yeah, now it works. It's weird. I have no idea why it dies down randomly. It's kind of weird. But well, that's Manim. I think this is one of my favorite examples actually. And all of the warnings are back actually. The animation is just too satisfying for the curves. Full screen. Whoa. I really like this. I think it just died. Yep. It died and took the entire browser with it. RIP browser. Wait, I don't have Twitch chat open anymore. Give me a moment, guys. I can still read stuff in the OBS preview. I hate having to shift around browsers. Where's my Twitch chat? Oh wait, it's here. Let's actually close some tabs. I maybe have too many tabs open. Yo, Twitch chat, there we are. I see you again. Stream started a bit for that too. Lovely. Hi streamer. Yo, there we are. Yeah, so let me quickly make these changes. I think these few cells, they worked. That's the one, this example here is the one cell that I'm always a bit afraid of. And well, maybe it was justified once again. Let's fix the remaining cells and then let's go. Then let's go. I actually want to switch to Hollow Knight. That works well. Nice. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We need to find a workaround for this. What's actually the operation that kills it? Subobject match style outline. It's the creation. It's the right animation. That's bad. Can we fade it in? Okay, so that works. This means that write and create are probably broken for some objects. Does create work? Create actually also works, so it's just write that is broken. How broken is write? Okay, so that works. I wonder when it doesn't work. If it's just for the code object, then we can maybe survive. If it's for more, then we might have a problem and might need to release a bug fix version. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Who do you mean though? I don't know. Who is this toy? No idea. Never heard of them. Just came to my mind right now. So let's edit out the remaining warnings. This one, this one. This one. This one. This one. This one. This one. There, it is already gone. QM, there the explanation is still edited. Okay, that's fine. The rest is okay. So save. Restart clear output. Yep. Save. Should be fine now. Close, close, close. Let's look at the diff. It's easier. Shut down. Git diff. So that's the addition we made. These are the changes we made. That's fine. 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 And in the code string we changed write to create to avoid the weird bug. And the rest is fine. Yeah. Okay. Git add first steps with Manim. And we need to change. We actually need to change something else. Namely, we need to change the Docker file. Version changed in there. Git status. Git add Docker file. Git commit. Good morning, Daryl. Yep. I'm glad you guys having fun. Fancy on screen animation even. Yeah, that's why it costs more. Otherwise it would be just a sound effect, right? Had to do something. Can you guess how I made? Can you guess how I made the video that is being shown? Updated. Updated thingy, what's it called? Manim version to v0.15.0. Git push. This is, I'm on main, right? Git status. Git push. Yeah. Finally done with my second Manim animation. Nice. Congrats. Congrats. What did you animate? Is there anything that we can take a look at if you want us to? The movement looks suspiciously like the smooth rate function. Yeah. And maybe you don't pay attention to this Twitch mossprofit.py file that you can see on the left and on the left here. It's really not that exciting though. I bet you move the image frame by frame yourself. Yeah, I have a script running that does that. No, it's really just that. Just a few lines of code and then the result is quite nice, I think. I want to see it again. I'll use it. I love that guy. No, it's actually quite fun. The things you can do. Not only with Twitch, but also in combination with Manim. I mean, all of the things I use in my stream are Manim, right? So also this, obviously, it's all Manim. Yeah, actually, I mean, I keep delaying actually starting to play. Really, I thought it was Blender. Yeah, sure. I'm sure you did. But we should open a bug report for the code for writing code. I upload my animation. Ooh, let's look at it. Oh, I think Daryl will also like this. Okay, ready? Go. Oh, that's super smooth. I love it. Neat. Good job. Good job indeed. Correct colors. It is actually really satisfying. Tetris 99 competition when? I'm not sure I want to play against any one of you. In particular, not Daryl. I've seen Daryl stream Tetris before. Oh well. One bug report, we said, right? Fight me in JS Tris? No, thank you. Maybe one time. Maybe I should make a custom channel point reward just for you. Minesweeper stream? As long as I'm on macOS, I'm not sure how soon I can do a Minesweeper stream. So what was the code that was not running? It was like a code object thingy, right? Do we have an example for that in the documentation? Reference manual, objects, code. So it's text, code, object, code. There we go. So if we take this thing and then buck.py, paste and render not this, but we play right rendered code. Manim example scenes, Manim QMP bug code from string. Yeah, then this does not render. Unfortunate. I think this is the bug that was uncovered on the server earlier today, or discussed on the server earlier today. The question is, when does it occur? Alright, group if construct self s is square, color is red, c is circle, color equals green, g is group, v group consisting of s and c, self.play right g. That works. So I'm not sure what causes the bug. It's probably something that has no color set to it. Maybe it's the use of a background rectangle or something like that. Sorry, I was a bit distant right now. Best place in Tetris, and then I was like 5th place. I remember playing that at some point, a bit more. I think right about the time when it came out. But I was really bad at it all the time. Minesweeper online. There's a Minesweeper online. Okay, so let's copy this, make a bug report, and then we are done. Then we play a game. Nope, not pull request. No. Issue. New issue. Bug. Not even sure what exactly is the problem. Write fails. Some situations. Due to what? Invalid color type none. Description of bug. The following scene does not render successfully with Manim V0 Nope. Expected behavior, scene should render. I can remove that part. Media files, no media files to share. Logs, I can actually share the log. Copy, paste. Okay, don't need system specifications. Don't need system specifications. Delete. Submit. Thanks for following, Biggie Pooh. I appreciate that. All right, so we released a new version of Manim, fortunately. We played around with some large trees, which was fun. We did some post-processing. The Docker images are updated. Try Manim community is updated. The The bot is not yet updated. I could quickly do that actually. It's just a matter of one command actually. Docker pull Manim community Manim stable. Go. As of the 30 times 16 with 99 mines pretty consistently under 2 minutes. Wow! I didn't know you were so much into Minesweeper. I talked to someone about Minesweeper recently. At lunch, I think. At lunch, we recently discussed that. I'm not sure why we talked about Minesweeper, but I remembered that in my algorithms and complexity lecture, we heard that Minesweeper was NP complete, which is nice. All right, done. This should be enough actually. Let's check maybe. Bot testing. Let's write a quick scene. Import dev construct self import Manim e equals text string Manim dot version parenthesis text string okay self dot add t go do something. Yep, upgraded. Nice. Okay, yo, so that's it. I think that's everything I wanted to do on stream regarding the new release. The second part I maybe want to do tomorrow. So all that's left to do is sitting down and drafting some nice announcement for the Discord server, and something that we can also share on Twitter and Reddit about the new release. Any questions? Did I forget anything? Did someone remember anything that I rambled on about during the last few hours about making the release? Something that I need to do and forgot? Oops. What happened? Okay. No immediate action required. Okay. Yo, in that case, thanks everyone who is mainly interested in Manim for watching. I don't go offline now, I just switch to gaming. You feel free to stay and also feel free to ask more questions about Manim. I'm happy to keep talking about it. Just wanna play games. And to do so, we will close down a bunch of stuff. So let me change to this scene actually. Yeah, I think that went well. Okay. Yo. So controller is here. We need to change category as well. I can actually do that on stream. We can